Yo, welcome to Magikarp's YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing a VOD review of one of the games that I played in the full grip tournament the other day. I ended up going 3-3. I hit 3 winnable matchups, and then I hit 3 essentially auto losses, unfortunately. But we're going to watch one of the games, and I played it with this Urshifu Cinccino list. So this is the Limitless squads list. So, Tord, Nico, Robin, Pedro, that kind of squad. This is a couple cards off of what we had played in the Limitless event, or sorry, not the Limitless, the full grip event. But for the most part, here's the general deck list. Some of the things is there was a Phoebe in the list that we played. Now we're at 2 Cheryls, and we had played a Mimikyu. Now we play a Jirachi-GX, and it had 4 captures, 2 basic fightings. Now we are at 3 captures and 3 basic fightings. I think these changes are pretty good moving forward. Part of the reason I lost is we hit Psychic decks, so we added the Jirachi-GX for those matchups, and we're going to look at game 3. That I think it was game 3. We're going to game 2. Game 2 against Eternus VMAX, which is a favorable matchup. But we're going to talk about some of the decisions that were made as we were playing, and kind of the idea of prize tracking, prize counting, resource management as well. So even if you don't particularly like this deck, I think there's a lot that we can learn from it. This is a fairly difficult deck to play right now. I don't know if this is the best way to play Urshifu. It is the most enjoyable, I would say. The Jirachi net engine is obviously more popular, has seen quite a bit of success, but this one, it's kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and get into that game. And like I said, it's already been done. We're going to go back. We're going to look at it. And we're going to talk about the plays and things like that. All right. So again, we're in round 2. This is a VOD for my Twitch channel. We are up against Eternus. We know that it is an open decklist tournament. We say good luck to our opponent. We're going to start the... They play Stamp. There we go. We're going to start... Oops. Mute that. We're going to start the Minccino. You always start the Minccino in this. We are also going second in this matchup, but that's okay. We're still going to go ahead and start the Minccino because we can scoop up net it and we can retreat it for 1 energy, because with this deck, we often want to Gormandize with Snorlax turn 1. So they give us a mulligan, which is incredibly nice, and this hand is actually very, very, very good. They also play hammers. They also play Forest Escaper. They don't play stamps, so there's no reason to bench anything. Kind of a big deal. This is one of the differences between like people who are still learning and people who have been playing for a while. There's no reason to bench stuff typically. Like if we bench the Urshifu, my opponent plays Escape Rope. They Escape Rope it. Now instead of starting our Minccino that we wanted, we have the Urshifu down. Also, they play Zigzagoon because they're Eternatus. If we bench stuff early, they can Zigzagoon ping it. We'd rather them Zigzagoon ping something like the Minccino that we don't really care about. So there's no reason to overbench early, especially if you look at your list, your opponent's not playing Stamp. You don't gotta bench anything, assuming they can't donk you with, you're like playing a Mad Party and they Sinisty, or you have a Sinisty and you're up against Eternatus with Zigzagoons. You maybe bench other stuff for sure. So they're gonna go ahead and go. Their dream turn is, that's a good card. They're gonna put that weakness card energy down, and they're going to try to draw some more cards, but really this is kind of exactly what they want. They have Yveltals as well. People might be asking why would we not want to start the Urshifu? They play multiple Yveltals. Strafe into Yveltal does absolutely nothing. This gives us the option to Gormandize, and I prefer that over the option to Strafe. So now we have our hand. Our hand is, like I said, very, very, very good. We have Level Ball, which can grab us another Minccino. We have Capture Energy, which can grab us another Urshifu, or it can grab us the Snorlax. We also have PCOM as well. So one thing that, looking back after playing this is a second game with the deck, but looking back, I'd like to see, bench the Urshifu, go ahead and put the Capture on the active Minccino. That can grab us the Snorlax. Well, we should check the deck first. Go ahead and PCOM. PCOM the Cinccino back. We want to get down 2 Urshifus, another Minccino, and a Snorlax. That's kind of the goal here. So we should go check the deck, see if Snorlax is there first. We can put the Cinccino back because we have Level Ball in hand. Let's go ahead and see what we choose to do. We should, like I said, we should PCOM first because that'll let us know. Because if the Snorlax is not in deck, we might want to capture, and there's a Snorlax. Yep. So the order of operations here doesn't particularly matter. Go ahead and attach the capture. This will grab us the second Urshifu. We want to get both down because they could pull off a boss play, and that would be, very bad. And then we can go ahead and Gormandize, draw 4 cards. And we're set up to go for next turn. We have Level Ball to grab our Cinccino. We have the energy attachment. And there's an Escape Rope. We feed them a Minccino. Definitely do not give them a 2-prizer. That would be bad. is a little bit annoying. We wanted to get down multiple Cinccinos to use that make do ability, discard 1, draw 2. That's how this deck flows, but this is okay. The Zigzagoon ping doesn't really matter. It does matter if they're able to pull off a boss play. They don't. But, you know, you have 330 HP. They hit 270. Zigzagoon pings don't really matter that much. And they actually hit a fairly decent handoff. We have the net, which lets us retreat. We have Bird Keeper to draw more cards. And they Dedenne for the knockout. So I'd like to see the Minccino get promoted here. The current plan, without knowing our top deck, is we're going to promote this, Bird Keeper into the Snorlax, make do, and then see what we've got from it. Yep. Promote the Minccino. That changes things. So now we're going to go ahead and bench the Jirachi and Bird Keeper into Jirachi. That's going to give us a Stellar Wish. And that Stellar Wish could give us exactly what we need off of this, because we would like to hit this and we'd like to get our Giratina to remove the weakness card in. So now we use the Bird Keeper, go into Jirachi. It's a very good hand. We should make do before using the Stellar Wish. The reason is make do sees 2 cards, Stellar Wish sees 5. Because make do sees less, we want to use Stellar Wish first. That way we have more information, we have more hand knowledge, and that will give us a better idea of what to grab with Stellar Wish. Because make do, we can't pick. It's just 2 cards. Stellar Wish lets us pick. And choosing what to make do is one of the hardest parts of this deck for sure. If we really look at this, everything's kind of nice. Level Ball keeps the PCOM alive, but so does Scoop Up Net. I think I would like to see the Scoop Up Net get traded here, but I'm not 100% sure on that, honestly. And this is a heck of a drop. We need an energy, though. That's the unfortunate part. There is no energy to deal with, so we might be giving up another prize this turn. And Stellar Wish, see what we can get. Oh, this works too. Actually, I like this play because we can't Stellar Wish into energy. So we know we're always going to set up more Cinccinos, and we know we're going to Gourmandize this turn almost 100%. So actually, this is a much better play. Thin out the Minccino, increase our Stellar Wish out so we can hopefully, you know, draw into something for next turn. We don't. We get a stamp. We're going to go ahead and take the stamp. If they Marnie us, great. It's on the bottom of the deck. If they don't Marnie us, it's fine. We could have potentially failed it as well and gone for the Gourmandize play. So now we have the choice. We can net this and Gourmandize. And then that's going to draw us a couple of cards. We still have the Bird Keeper for next turn. We definitely don't evolve into a VMAX. We do not want to let our VMAX get hit. If they go to play the V, or if they go and boss the VMAX, we're in a very bad place. So we choose to pass. I don't necessarily hate this play. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what's correct. We could have gone net, promote the Snorlax, bench. Putting the balloon on something is sketchy. The problem is if we do net, then we have to move this with the Bird Keeper next turn, which is probably fine, but that doesn't give us too many cards to draw with. Now we have net for PCOM for another Cinccino for next turn as well. So this is a totally fine play, but I think we should have gone for the Gourmandize play, draw a couple more cards, save the Jirachi as well. But not putting the balloon down is also correct. That gives them a target boss. We don't want to give them a juicy target. We want them to... They want both of the Urshifus to be the exact same for them right now, because they can't boss and Marnie in the same turn. They're filling their bench. That's fine. Oh, also, something else that Twitch chat had asked me during this game was the idea of grabbing Giratina to knock off this weakness card. That's not a correct play because they play multiple weakness card energies. If we use Tina, so if instead of this Minccino, we get a Tina, we have less Pokemon to make do with, which is bad. We want that drop power. And they could just attach another one, and then we need a Scoop Up Net. So we can grab the Tina this turn. And this is why I would have much rather them knocked out the Snorlax, and then we could have Stellar Wish this turn. Gonna go ahead and Bird Keeper to the thing that... Sorry, I keep forgetting. We have to do our game plan. So promote that. Bird Keeper, we're gonna put the balloon on the Cinccino. We could have also gone into the Urshifu, put a balloon on the Urshifu V, and just retreat because we want the balloon in the future. But this is totally fine. So we Bird Keeper, we look at our new hand, we have another Cinccino to make do with. We still need energy, we have a Capture Energy. That's not the energy we want. So this hand, there is a dead card, Phoebe. Phoebe's only good against Decidueye and Luke Metal. We're not playing against either of those, so to go ahead and make do, get rid of the Phoebe. Draw 2 more cards. Still no energy, but we have another Cinccino, so we're good to go. Now, again, we're going to decide what are we going to make do. We have Quick Ball to get whatever we want. We also have PCOM. So the question is, would we rather PCOM back the Mewtwo or discard a card with the Quick Ball? I think keeping the PCOM alive is fine because I don't really think we need to Mewtwo this turn. And we probably want to get the Giratina if we're going to get a hit. So I think I'd rather get rid of the Quick Ball here as opposed to the PCOM. Make do, we're thinking about it. Okay, we do get rid of the Quick Ball, that's good. And we get our Rapid Strike Energy. Very lucky, very happy. This is one of the reasons why in that intro I mentioned we cut one of the captures for another fighting. That gives us 7 energies we can attack with now instead of 6. It's only one more. It's kind of a big deal. So now what we can do is we can go Evolve, Balloon active, PCOM the Mewtwo, grab a Tina, bench the Tina, get rid of that, hit this for 300. Hitting for 300 is incredibly nice because we do have the chance to Gmax Rapid Flow per game. Or not game, but we have the chance to go hit another VMAX, and then Gmax Rapid Flow. Or we can go hit, Gmax Rapid Flow, and then hit for. Let's go there, Gale Thrust for 300. But that's our plan. We're going to knock out probably 2 tag teams. We could also go, knock out and then go Gmax Rapid Flow, a Crobat and Yveltal. That's also an option. Or a Crobat and a Zigzagoon, whatever. You get the idea. We have multiple options. They're going to go ahead and research. That's fine. We would have actually liked a Marnie with this hand, but we do have the Tina. If they happen to get the switch play, that hurts. Then we could remove the energy from the V. They already attached. What am I talking about? We removed the energy. Never mind. They're not going to get the switch play. They already attached. They already committed. So that hurts. So now we're searching for an energy card. We have no draw supporter currently. It's feeling kind of bad. This matchup's favored, but it's not like an auto win in any way, shape, or form. As you're watching, they're in a pretty good spot right now. Opponent thinking. They dread in for 240. Keeping the bench spot open is very wise. Oops. Yeah. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make do. Make do the PCOM is correct. We probably want to scoop up net the Tina at some point. The capture energies are useful. We're going to go ahead and keep them around. And Stamp is very useful because they're probably going to go down to 1 prize next turn. There's the PCOM. Boss is cool. From here, I think we get rid of one of the 2 capture energies. Boss is good. Dede's good too. They could play a Stamp of their own, and Dede's a nice potential Stamp out to draw more cards. We want Stamp. We want Net. We want Boss. Yeah. Here to that. Okay, we do get our energy, which is nice. And thankfully, we damaged them for 300 last turn, so we can actually just go poke this turn. And that will knock out. They did not get a weakness guard energy. Had they gotten a weakness guard energy, it would have been a little more awkward. We would have had to net the Tina, which is annoying. Not killer, but annoying. A Bird Keeper would have been ideal here. Knockout with a Cinccino. Actually, I don't even think that would have been that good. No, this is fine. Yeah. Go and attach active. Go ahead and Gale Thrust for 60. Knock it out. Take 3 prizes. They take 3 prizes, but then we're going to get to stamp them. And that's very nice. Now you may be saying, Mello, how are you going to win this game? We have a very clear win condition in front of us. We play Karate Belt, and we have 3 Rapid Strike energies left in deck. So what we can do to win this game is we have a Boss's Orders, we have Karate Belt, we have a Rapid Strike energy, Boss Acrobat, Karate Belt, Rapid Strike energy, and win the game. If we miss that, it's actually kind of okay, because they still only have 1 card in hand, and if they have to hit the active, we're not in the worst spot in the world. They have to discard, you always discard the, discard the Crobat and the Goon. The Yveltal does have resistance, so actually Gmax Rapid Flow does not KO the Yveltal if it's in the active spot. Prizes are very nice. We get the Rapid Strike energy, which is good. Opponent fails, they're going to keep that bench spot open for a Crobat for sure. There's a research. They just check the outs in their deck. They have a lot of Crobats left. There's the VMAX. There's the attach. They do have the knockout currently. They have the weakness guard. They're in a good spot, but they don't have a reset stamp. They don't actually play reset stamp. So again, we're in a very, very solid spot. Now the question for them is kind of, do they want to bench more stuff? Oh, they do play Escape Rope also. So another potential issue is they need to bench enough stuff so that they can't Escape Rope into like a V as 220 HP. Drill. Drill's annoying, but thankfully we did get the balloon off the prizes. Okay. So they don't bench stuff. So we can bench the Dedenne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. They're currently hitting for 150. The Dedenne would survive if we stamp them into Escape Rope. Escape Rope energy would be, because we're going to net the Tina. Yep. Get rid of the weakness guard energy. That just makes them need one more thing. You may be saying, okay, what's our plan this turn? We're going to boss. We're going to go for game this turn. And again, you may be saying, do we really need to Tina? Yes, because that requires them to have one more thing to win the game. We're going to stamp them to 1. They would need boss and energy. They can draw Crobat. I'm well aware of that. They have 2 Crobats left. But they need multiple pieces off of that Crobat to actually win the game, because they didn't bench more stuff. So a Crobat would make Escape Rope energy and out. We still make them need that energy. It is that much harder. So what we should do here too, we want to dig for game. We want to Dedenne before we use Make Do. The reason we want to do that is we can DAA change into something like Quick Ball. DAA change into Quick Ball means we can take another card out of the deck. So we're guaranteed to see 10 more cards. 6 from Dedenne, 4 from 2 Make Do. 2. Draw a Quick Ball, suddenly we're seeing 11 cards. Draw 2 Quick Balls, suddenly we're seeing 12 cards. And hopefully you're getting the idea. This adds up quite a bit, because we are down to 21 cards in deck. We're going to see at least half of our deck, potentially more than half. That's not true, not at least. Almost half of our deck, potentially. We always stamp. Yep, stamp to 1. We're going to go ahead and boss up Crobat or Eternatus. It shouldn't really matter, because they need energy and a retreat option. DAA first, and beautiful. We get a Level Ball and a Quick Ball. So we're going to go ahead and thin the deck out first. Level Ball, grab whatever, Quick Ball it away, and then we're going to Make Do. So now again, because we DAA changed first, instead of seeing 10 cards, we are seeing 12 cards. Significantly better. 10 out of 21 is less than half. 12 out of 21 is more than half. Grab, whatever. Sure. It doesn't matter what we grab. Everything's just kind of like dead at this point. Yep. And we're going to go and Make Do, get rid of the Mimikyu. We don't need it anymore. Draw 2, and we happen to draw game there. But we had another Level Ball, which is nice. We could have thinned another card out of the deck. That would have been 13 cards now that we have drawn. We would have ended up with 8 cards left in deck. We had a very big explosive turn. But now, go ahead and Gmax Rapid Flow, and we're going to take a 3 prize turn for game. Like I said, this may not have been a matchup that, like, this is a matchup where, like, look, you do expect Rapid Strike Urshifu to win, but you can see all of the little plays that kind of went into it is why I wanted to go over this one. Because round 4, round 5, I hit Psychic decks. They weren't very good games. They were just OHKOing me. It wasn't pretty. And round 6 was also not. I dead drew for a couple turns, and then my opponent drew out of stamp. So I think this is a good one to kind of look at and really talk about all of these little micro decisions. Talk about, okay, why did we do this in this way? Why are we using Make Do in this way? I think this deck is incredibly fun. Is it broken? No, not at all. In fact, I'm recording this shortly after going 0-2 drop with the deck in chill. The deck's not broke, but the deck is super fun and very skill intensive. And in the right meta, the deck is actually very, very powerful. So hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you learned some stuff as well. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all that other YouTube stuff. Check out the Twitch channel as well. We've been streaming tournaments, ladder grinding, all that kind of stuff. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.